Do not use these clamps for your figures. Well, at least not before making some adjustments to them. You see, a couple weeks ago I got my first ever Hot Toy figure, this Aquaman right here, and a couple days ago I posted a video where I show him off. I was displaying this figure on this base with the clamp right around his waist like you're supposed to. That's what the pictures, that's what you see on the Sideshow website. That's how you're supposed to display this figure. And apparently there has been an issue where if you leave the figure with this clamp around their waist for a long time, the clamp, when it clamps on the waist, it's applying pressure, constant pressure, and pressure over a long time causes damage. Let me show you what it did to my figure. Now luckily, I'm very grateful that I was able to catch this on early, and all I got was right here, and if you can see it, it's like a scratch right under my nail right there. So one of the scales on Aquaman kind of got the paint scratched. I'm not happy with it. It sucks. Now it's not that noticeable, but I know about it and I can never unsee it. So that sucks, and I don't want this to happen to anyone else. So after I found out that my figure was getting damaged, I did a lot of research, and it turns out that there are 3 kind of materials on Hot Toy figures that you should be careful with when using these clamps. And one of them is soft rubber, which is what this figure is made of. Right here, this is all soft rubber right here. And then you have leather and spandex. Those 3, I think when it comes to clamps, if you have a figure made from any of those 3 materials and you put them on this base, whether it's a flying pose or anything, and you have the clamp around their waist over a period of time, a year, you'll be lucky if you won't be left with a hole inside your figure's waist. You see, this figure has been on his clamp for 2 weeks, only 2 weeks, and it already got scratched. Now, there are some solutions. I researched it, and there are a couple of solutions for this issue. One of the solutions is foam. I don't have any pieces of foam on me. So let's just pretend that this piece of toilet paper is a piece of foam. So what you'll do is, let's pretend there are 2 pieces of foam actually, because you need 2. So if you want to display, like for example, a figure, and you want to like have him in a flying pose like Superman, just a very straightforward flying pose, what you want to do is you want to put 2 pieces of foam. You know, I think you get the idea. You put the 2 pieces of foam, like the place where the clamps are gonna go on the waist. And yeah, I mean, it would be more suitable if, you know, the pieces of foam are like pretty small and they just fit perfectly. So, you know, when you display him, you can't really see them. It still looks good, but he's also protected at the same time. And you basically grab the clamp and you'll grab this base and you basically just display him like this. So that's the first solution, well, one that I know of. Now the second solution is this. You bend this stand, and the reason I'm bending it is, instead of clamping him from the waist, now you're clamping your figure from the thigh. And apparently if you clamp your figure from the thigh, it will not do any damage to it, because, you know, it's not going to be as tight as it is when it's on the waist. So this is one way for me to display my Aquaman. This is how I'm going to be displaying him. So I'm not going to, you know, fix the pose or anything, but this is the basic idea. You know, Now, if you have a Spider-Man figure or a Superman figure, you can still what you can do. Let me put this aside. You can take this and you can twist it in all kind of different directions or ways, and then you could grab your figure and you could put the thigh in the clamp and have like Spider-Man do a pose or anything. Just with those three materials: leather, spandex, and soft plastic, you wanna avoid having the clamp around the waist, do more damage. So imagine what would have happened if no one commented on my video. I wouldn't have noticed. I would have left him on display for like, who knows, a year. And by the time I take him down, I take him out and I look, probably has 2 holes on both sides. So that's about it. I just want to talk about something real quick. The main reason why I'm making this video. I'm a new Hot Toys collector, so this is my first figure, and your first Hot Toy figure gets kind of damaged like this. It's heartbreaking, and I don't want this to happen to anyone else. And you see, it's not like I just went into Hot Toys figures without research. I did a lot of research, a lot. I watched many YouTube videos. I joined groups on Facebook. I got a lot of information from all different places, but none of the videos that talked about tips, how to take care of your figures, how to display your figures, none of them talked about the dynamic stands. Most of them talked about the crotch holder stands, the ones where you kind of hold your figure like this. And those videos are very informative. And I'm not saying that there isn't any videos about this issue with the clamp. There is, but they don't have much views. See, the problem is those videos that talked about this dynamic stand issue with the clamp, I found those videos after the problem. I had to search for them directly. I just think that this topic should be, more out there for new collectors. Now, if you are in a Reddit group or if you are in a Facebook group, this topic, it's pretty common in those groups. But if you're just a new collector that just use YouTube as your main platform and source, then the same thing that happened to me might happen to you. And some people say that it's kind of logical. It's kind of logical that this is a clamp that applies pressure, so you should know that it damages your figure. Well, you see, it's also logical to assume that the product that comes along with your figure, meant to carry your figure, is safe to use. I didn't think that Hot Toys would make a product that comes along with another product that's meant to damage the product. It does not make sense. Doesn't make sense. Alright guys, so this is the end of this video. I just wanted to put this information out there in case there's any new collectors getting into the hobby. I just don't want you guys to make the same mistake that I did. As for the person who commented last video and saved my ass, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I really appreciate your feedback. Before I end this video, I want to let you know that if you look in the description below, I left a couple links for you guys. Some are videos that talk about the clamps in more detail, and some are links to Reddit discussions that also talk about the issues with the clamps, and they show some pictures. That way, I'm not the only source of information. In case I missed something, or you just simply want more details or more information, in the description below, I will leave a bunch of links for you guys. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope you learned something new. If not, I still hope you enjoyed. And leave a comment, subscribe if you like. Stay humble, collect what you like. I know I talk a lot, and I will see you next time.